Hey guys, this is Nate Jackson, and I am very excited to share this news with you about some of the upcoming features in the product that I'm developing for you and how Facebook is just opening so many doors for you to really improve your marketing, your ability to market on their site. Right now it's Tuesday, February 25th at 4:31 a.m. and I'm going to show you a notification that I just received from Facebook at the top of my news feed. You've probably received something similar. It says, Nate, we want to let you know about an upcoming change to your Facebook email address. When someone sends you an email at that address, it will no longer go to your messages on Facebook. Instead, the email will be forwarded to the primary email address on your account. Now, folks, this is huge. What this means is that they're saying right here, we're making this change because most people haven't been using their Facebook email addresses, and we wanted to make it easier to view all your emails in one place. Plus, we can focus on improving our mobile messaging experience for everyone. Now, what this means for you, this is huge because this weekend, without even knowing that they were doing this, I have been working on a feature called Lead Scout in the FB Virtual Assistant. And this feature it gives you the power to go from group to group and download the user ID of every member in the group, the Facebook email address of every user in the group, the profile URL and the name, the full name and the first name. But I want to focus on the email address because what they just said is that we're going to read it again. Instead, the email will be forwarded to the primary email address on your account. Now, this is the real email address that people use. So if you have the power to harness those Facebook email addresses, now you have access to people in your target audience. You have access to their email address, and I'm going to show you exactly how to get that. I've developed this feature called Lead Scout, and what that does is we start with the group finder. You've already seen how the group finder works. You put your keyword in, and Facebook and FB Virtual Assistant will find all the groups that match that keyword. Okay, so I've also improved that feature. I'll get into that later. But with the Lead Scout, now you can upload that same list of groups and cycle one by one through those groups and download all of the user information that Facebook makes available on all the members in that group. And I'm going to show you how that works. What we do is I've created a new folder in your folders, folder called Lead Scout right here. And underneath here is a folder called Groups to Scout. So right now you see Groups to Scout is empty. So we're going to start with a group called, a list of groups called Dating. So I just uploaded it. We'll see what it looks like. Hold on. Dating, it's a list of, I don't know how many groups are in here, but it's just a list of a bunch of groups all in the dating niche. And so, I don't know, it looks like maybe a couple hundred or so. So we're going to upload this list of groups, and we're going to just click the start button. And now, it's going to log in just like every other feature that I put in here. And it's going to start going from group to group in every group in this list, and it's going to download the information for all the members in that group that Facebook gives you access to. So it's going to the site right now. And okay, so you're saying, okay, Nate, that's no big deal. There are a lot of products that will allow you to download the UIDs and the email address. Well, yes, there are. Okay, here's the first group, Dating in Kuwait. Now we go back to our folder, and it's just created a folder called Dating. It creates a folder that matches whatever the name of the list that you upload. It's going to create a folder by that name. You see right here, it's actually scrolling through the list. This is something that you could do manually if you wanted to, but that sucks. So I created a way for it to scroll down to the bottom of this list, and then when it gets down to the bottom of the list, it's going to extract all of the user information for all of the users that you see here, and it's going to do that completely automatically. And you're saying, okay, so Nate, there are other programs that do that. Yes, there are. There are a few of them. I could name them. There's quite a few. Social EB, FB Lead Chef, FB Group Snatcher. But here's the difference. In all those programs, you have to go one by one to each of those groups and manually click. You have to click from group to group and then click the download on each of those groups. So if you're dealing with 500, 600, 1,000 groups, that sucks. You don't want to have to sit at your computer and babysit the program all day. You want to be out playing basketball or going to the gym or going out to eat or going to the movies, out on a date. You want to just be able to set this, let it run for you on autopilot, and come back and have a list of files that you're ready to upload into your custom audiences, and that you're ready to upload into the message wizard that I'm adding to this. So you'll be able to send your prospects email directly to their inbox. You don't want to have to download 500 groups into 500 different files and then go from file to file and pull all that information out and then compile it and sort it and do all that stuff. You want to be able to have everything compiled into one nice, neat file for you to be able to manipulate. And that's exactly what the Lead Scout does. Because we're going to show you what happens when we get to the bottom of this list. We're going to create we're going to start with 2 files. The first file is going to be an individual file for the group. It's going to have all the users in that group. The second file is going to be a cumulative file. So for every group that we find and go through and download the users, is going to continuously update this cumulative file called combined, and you're going to have all of the access to all the information for all the groups that you download in one file. Now there's I have Social Lead Freak, and I have FB Group Snatcher, and I've seen FB Lead Chef. None of them do that for you. You have to go from group to group, click download, click download, click download, and then you have to compile them however you want. I'm doing all this for you in this program, and you're going to see that you're seeing that happening right here before your eyes. Another thing I want to mention is that my program, one of the most important aspects of my program is that I don't go through the Facebook API. I don't go through their database to do this. And that's important for you as a hardcore marketer for several reasons. When you're going through the API, you're basically broadcasting. Okay, we got to the bottom of this list. Let's take a second. We're going to go into this dating folder and watch what happens. But like I was saying, when you're going through the API, you're basically logging into Facebook and announcing to Facebook, hey, Facebook, I'm accessing your database and I'm pulling out all this information, and I'm doing it using this program, and I'm going to be doing this all day, every day. And if Facebook ever has a problem with that, okay, here are the files. I'm going to show you what these files are in a second. But if Facebook ever has a problem with the way a program is using their API or their database, they can unilaterally just cut off that program's access, and then you are the marketer, and you have a tool that doesn't work anymore. You basically have a brick. So with my program, I don't access the API at all. I use Facebook through human emulation, and my program uses Facebook the same way you would use Facebook if you were sitting in front of a browser all day clicking back and forth. But you don't have to be at a browser all day clicking back and forth. You can do whatever you want. So we're on to the next group now. We've downloaded the information for one group, and we're going to the next group, and it's just going to cycle through every group on that list until it gets to the bottom of that list. So let's take a look at the information that we have so far. We have 2 files. We have a file called Lead Scout Dating Combined. That's our cumulative file. And then we have an individual file called 0 Dating in Kuwait. And the next file is going to be called 1, and then whatever the name of the group is. So let's take a look at Lead Scout Dating Combined. We're going to open that let's take a look at dating in Kuwait, because my program's not going to access that again, so we won't get any read errors or write errors. So we're going to open that. In my favorites, free spreadsheet, OpenOffice Calc. So we got the user IDs right here, and this is important when you want to do custom audiences in Facebook pay-per-click. So you have the user IDs that you can use for targeted custom audiences that are targeted to whatever you're marketing, and also bring your cost per click down. So if you don't know about custom target audiences, I'll put some information somewhere to let you learn about that. But basically, you go into your Facebook advertising, and if you can do custom audiences and it upload exactly the people you want to advertise to, that brings your cost per click down, and that also allows you to be really targeted. You get the URL for the profiles of everybody in the group. You get the Facebook email address for everybody in the group. that Facebook gives you, and this basically means now that you have the Facebook email, you have access to their real email inbox for whatever they really use, their Hotmail, their Gmail, whatever it is. You have their full name and you have their first name. Now with the first name, you can use this in my message wizard, and this is basically going to allow you to send custom tailored messages to everybody on your email list that you now have. We're going to see exactly how many people we got from this first group. We just extracted 6,081 people from one group, complete with email address, first name, and user ID and profile. And because we have the profile, we can cycle through that and send friend requests to everybody on this list. So that's just the first group. So let's go back and see where we are now. So let's see. Okay, we're still cycling through the second group. I don't even know what the name of the group is. I'd have to scroll up, but I'm not going to do that. But we'll know that what that name of that group is as soon as it gets to the bottom of this list and creates the next file, the next individual file, and uploads the cumulative file. So we're going to just cycle through here. And so you don't want to go to the API. Another reason you don't want to go through the API is because when you use a program that goes through the API only is limited per the rules of Facebook. You can only pull out 5,000 members from a group at one time. I mean, you can only pull out a maximum of 5,000 members from a group. So that's all you're going to ever be able to get from that group is 5,000 members. Whereas my program will give you all of the members that this page will scroll down to. And that's pretty much the maximum amount of members that you can get from a group. You're not going to see, like if a group has 100,000 members, you're not going to see 100. It's not going to scroll down to 100,000 members on this page. But like here we just got to the end and it's creating the next file. So let's watch what happens. Watch this file size. It's 644 right now. We're going to get a new file here called 1- whatever the group name is. And this file is going to increase in size because it's going to be the cumulative. So it's going to add this file and the new file. And all of the files from here on out are going to be created individually. And they're also going to be added to this cumulative file. So it's just going through the information right now, compiling it. Boom, there we go. Dating only, 810 kilobytes, which is bigger than the first file that we got. So let's open our combined file now and see what we have. So we're opening it again. Okay, so we have the same information that we had at the beginning of the process, and we also have added, what did it have, 6,081 members in the group the first time? Now we have, look at that, look at that. Look at that. Where are we? 13,624. We just got 7,000, I don't know, 7,440 or something like that. Brand new members. 7,540 brand new members. So new emails, new user IDs, new profiles, complete with first name, so you can send them custom tailored emails. So that's just one new feature that I have added to this product for you.